Good evening, students. Now I'm going to take you through what we call it as the visual arts. Now, you see, in our course, definitely, yes, we have got certain topics which are associated with visual arts, digital arts, and fine arts, all three together. So I'm proceeding further and trying to give you the importance of first of all, give you the introduction about what exactly are visual arts, number one. Number two, how you can go ahead, and it is not just the differences between visual arts and digital arts. I would say we have got four varieties of arts in that manner: visual arts, digital arts, then we have got fine arts, and lastly but not the least, even the applied arts. Now I will go ahead and discuss with you in the most lucid form so that you get the introduction about what exactly these arts are and how you can really go ahead and understand them. Number one. Number two, I'll be sharing these I should say pages also side by side, along with certain other important papers which are, and notes, definitely, yes, with respect to these one. So to start off with, we can know that yes, visual arts are art forms such as painting, drawing, printmaking, sculpture, ceramics, photography, video, filmmaking, design, crafts, and architecture. Remember that anything that you are able to see with help of your eyes falls under the category of visual arts. So you have got a wide range of categories of visual arts in the form of painting. Under painting also there are different varieties of it. We will see later on how to proceed further with them. Similarly goes with the drawing, sketches are something. Then we will see certain other forms of drawings which are available to us. For example, freehand drawing, or it can be computer aided drawing. Then there can be what we call it as certain other softwares which are available and help us in drawing, professional drawings, I would say. Now printmaking similarly is a most important visual art form, and we will see even there as to how to proceed further. Now sculpture is also there. Now apart from these things, remember that if we are talking about printmaking, then desktop facility, utilities are also available to us, wherein we can use them in order to design and create certain things, and we will see those also later. Now many artistic disciplines such as performing arts, conceptual art, textile arts are also involved into aspects of the visual art. And whenever I go to a state, as I keep sharing with you, any particular state, I thanks to my father who always right from the childhood inculcated this habit in mind, that is first go ahead and visit the local museums, or try to explore the city in which you are able to see certain things which are very distinctive and you are not able to find out in rest of the city. Same goes with the textiles. Now you see, if I go to Andhra, now I know that every village there's a weaver who is sitting in a small hut, and he is taking care of weaving an entire sari or a dhoti or a shawl, if I go to Assam or the other northeastern states also. So textiles, I'll take you through one of the visual video walk of mine through this thing only, visual span, and you will see that yes, there is a lot of things which are going on in the textile museums also, and they are like a feast. And sometimes I am myself boggled up. Now similarly, if I go to Delhi Hat, now I see so much of things which are changing with respect to the textile altogether. So we will talk about them also side by side. Also included within the visual arts are the applied arts, which I said is one of the categories, such as industrial design, graphic designs, fashion design, interior design, and decorative arts also. So some of you who are interested to visit these things also side by side, you can see how philosophy is affecting these areas also side by side. Now current usage of the term visual arts includes fine art as well as the applied or the decorative arts and crafts, and surprisingly surprisingly here they're just focusing in English. However, if we go ahead and I'll show you the entire list of the arts that were available in the traditional India, you will see that even hi students, now I would be focusing more on painting and try to understand and give you a very I should say short introduction about painting. I will not enter into the details about it because it in itself is a huge topic. Now painting, as per this particular sheet which I have been sharing with you, you will see that it is the practice of applying pigment, okay, which is suspended in a carrier or a medium, and a binding agent, a glue to a surface support such as paper, canvas or a wall has been present. And now I would not restrict myself to the walls also. You can proceed further even on tree trunks. You can think about railway bogies which are there, that also has been used. And you will see that the street corners, you know, even the floors which are available, they are using them in order to go ahead with the paintings. Now however, when used in an artistic sense, it also means the use of this activity in combination with drawing, composition and other. So you know, you can do a lot of philosophy in painting itself and try to understand the various things also side by side. So remember here that yes, they are using the I mean, if you see mandalas which are available, the Buddhist mandalas, they are full of spiritual motifs, which you know takes a lot of time for us to understand them and implement, or even to interpret those ideas which the artist is not available right now. However, the way we are going to understand them takes a lot of time for us. So these are certain things that we need to understand, and we should not forget that the early man who was available, you know, and those Nagarjuna caves, if you go to Andhra Pradesh, you will see that they are full of those scriptures. I mean, the paintings, the wall, you know, of the caves are full of those drawings which are available, and you are just trying to interpret them and understand what was the psychology or you know, how they wanted to proceed further in the cave with the paintings itself. So in the same manner, you can even see that yes, in some places like here they have mentioned about southern France, wherein I would say they were talking about the colors like red, brown, yellow and black. Paintings on the walls, the ceilings, you know, full of the animals like cattle, horses, deer, monkeys, and etc. Even human beings, children were also present. And then the other places like Egyptian paintings, if you look, or the Chinese paintings, they are totally different. And even if you will see that era was there wherein they used to paint on cloth pieces, and we will see in when I'm talking about the traditional art forms in India, you will find it that yes, the paintings that you find in Greek, you know, the barks of the tree, the leaves that were used, and if you go to the museums, you will be able to understand what I mean to tell you. Now in the same manner, you know, you can look the ages which were defining, and here they have showcased about Renaissance, then the Dutch masters, the Baroque paintings which are there. Now here comes the technical terminologies which are very important. Till now we were talking about in terms of realism, structuralism, postmodernism, or even looking into the other aspects like feelings, beauty, art form, aesthetics and everything. However, if we are into the domain of art in itself, we will see that Impressionism, Post-Impressionism, now similarly they have talked about symbolism, Expressionism, Cubism. These things were later on I would say some of the terms which were provided so that you know, one can explore more understandings and take care of it also, in the sense that theoretical aspects were available. Now if I enter into printmaking in itself is a huge thing, and we all know how the messages were print. It in itself is a huge history which is available. And you know, here again we have seen, and you know, they have discussed that yes, it is creating for artistic purposes an image on a matrix that is then transferred to a two-dimensional flat surface by means of ink. Now if you go to the newspaper factories or the places where the prints are being done, especially the newspaper dailies like Dainik Bhaskar or Indian Express or Hindustan Time. If you go over there, you will be able to understand that yes, this is how the print making via the machines were there. So there is again the whole lot of history which is available exclusively for the print making, and one needs to look at it through philosophy also side by side. Now, I'm not entering into the European history about it. However, China, the art of print making is very important, because the way they had explored and came up with different kind of print making is awesome, and I would say even fabulous one. Similarly, they were talking about wood blocks, then stamps were created, and if you come to India, Rajasthan, even now they are using those things, and how the religious as well as the artistic engravings were done so that they can be sharing the messages which are available to us. Now similarly, development in Japan itself, Japan again has a lot of history towards the printing in the form of the wood block, which I was talking about, the Rajasthani wood block. Or even if you go to South India, you will see that yes, there are, and even now they are using to make dupattas or suits or even saris also, and they come up, that's what they're telling us, in vivid color glazes and the color transparency. Like in Japan, yes, definitely it is the woodcut and the manner they are printing the books, each and everything. However, if you come down to India, you have seen the manner in which the scriptures were written, and till date some of them have been preserved so that one can even understand what is the use of them. Similarly, photography is something which is very close to my heart, and I see that yes, it is the process in which a lot of pictures. Now again, the question arises, is there any art related to photography? Now if you ask me, I will say yes, there is. You cannot keep on clicking the photographs. Definitely yes, a time will come wherein you are a skilled person in clicking those photographs. However, the eye has a role to play while clicking it. So definitely the manner in which you are going to click a photograph will be very different from the manner a photographer, a professional photographer, is going to look at those aspects of it. So we have got those shutters. Now after attending few of the workshops with some of the popular photographers, both for the I should say documentaries as well as films, I have seen that they tell us that yes, you can become a very good photographer through mobile phones. So nowadays the selfies that we take, or the different kinds of cameras which are available to us through our mobile phones themselves have become and you can be a very good photographer in that sense. Okay, now here that's why they are talking about digitizing devices. So it has become again a profession, and you do find and sometimes see to it that yes, the manner you are clicking a photograph is very different from the manner a professional person takes care of it, because there is that experience matters, and the skill which I is able to see. So you need to be developed, you need to master it and understand how those things are being perceived from your side. Similarly, in this also, the I would say in the art of photography, light plays a lot of role. So early morning shoot or evening shoot or daylight or in the moonlight, things are very, very different. So how you proceed further is again something that needs to be understood. So now in my next video, I'll be showcasing and discussing more about architecture. Till then, thank you and take care. Bye.